Hey Credit Warriors, Credit Shifu here, and one of our viewers suggested that we do a video on how to maximize the Amex Platinum and the Chase Sapphire Reserve if you do have both cards using them together. First of all, just an apology, there's a little bit of background noise today. Some building construction is going on outside the window. Nothing I can do about it, but we're just going to go ahead and record it anyway. So both of these cards are what I call Tier 4 premium credit cards. The Chase Sapphire Reserve has a $450 annual fee, and the Amex Platinum has a $550 annual fee. And they both have sort of different sets of benefits. Some overlap, some kind of complement each other, and some are just totally different. So first of all, let's look at earning points and what airlines and transfer partners we can use to get our points from the Amex Platinum and Chase Sapphire Reserve over to the same airline. Okay, so basically the transfer partners that overlap. All right. Now I'll put this chart you may have seen before on the internet on screen. This kind of shows where transfer partners overlap with the 4 major points currencies. And if you just search credit card transfer partners diagram or whatever and do a Google image search, you'll come up with multiple postings of this image. You can check it out for yourself. But basically the ones that the Amex Platinum and the CSR, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, overlap on are British Airways, which is part of the One World Alliance, Singapore Airlines, which is part of Star Alliance. Then you have Flying Blue, which includes Air France and KLM, and that is part of SkyTeam. And then you also have Virgin Atlantic, which is a non-alliance airline. So you've got the 3 major alliances covered, and you've got Virgin Atlantic where you can transfer points from both cards to as well. So basically these are the 4 airlines where points from the Amex Platinum and the Chase Sapphire Reserve can both transfer to and combine. To give you an idea of why that's important, a British Airways first class ticket from the US East Coast to Europe is 68,000 points. If you got the sign up bonus on the Sapphire Reserve, it's 50,000 points. That's not enough for that. So let's say you got 2 cards and you got the sign up bonus from both the Amex Platinum and the Sapphire Reserve. If you transferred both those bonuses over to British Airways, you would have enough for that first class ticket. So it's basically combining the point earning on the 2 cards, and those are the 4 airlines that you can do it with. Singapore Airlines first class is 225,000 points from North America to Asia. So you can see it's even more important with a high value award redemption like that, that you want the most places that you can transfer points across from. So if you're earning on 2 cards, you can transfer to the same place. That's definitely going to give you a big boost. So next we have hotel transfer partners, and Chase points can be transferred to Marriott, and American Express points can actually be transferred to SPG. Now the reason why this is significant is obviously because of the Marriott SPG merger. Now they're merging the loyalty programs on August 1st. Okay, so at the moment you can transfer to SPG, and then from SPG you can transfer your points over to Marriott and vice versa. As of August 1st, I assume American Express will still be able to transfer over to SPG. Not totally sure. But assuming they are carrying on after August 1st, once your points are in SPG/Marriott, you can then actually transfer them to a load more airlines. So the potential for transferring points from Chase to one airline and then transferring points from Amex Platinum to SPG and then from SPG to that airline, if they're also a transfer partner of SPG, is pretty huge. There's quite a lot of ways to get your points to combine. But since this isn't a dedicated video on combining points, we'll kind of leave it at that. You can go and research it yourselves, look up those charts online, etc. Now let's move on to the next item. Lounge access. Now the Amex Platinum is a clear winner on lounge access. It wasn't always like this though. So in the beginnings, both cards have priority pass. All right. Now in the beginning, the Chase Sapphire Reserve gave priority pass with unlimited visits for the primary user and unlimited guests on those visits. I've brought like 3 or 4 people into lounges with me before. And this whole thing about unlimited guests has led some people to complain and say the Sapphire Reserve is spoiling lounge access. We've done a video on that, you can check it out. Now originally the Amex Platinum didn't allow guests, or didn't allow free guests at least. You had to pay $27 for free guests, even though it was unlimited visits for the primary card holder. But then what happened was that last year, American Express introduced 2 free guests for Priority Pass, so you no longer had to pay the $27. And then this year, Chase Sapphire Reserve, they eliminated unlimited guests, and you now only get 2 guests on the Priority Pass from Chase Sapphire Reserve, so it basically matches the Amex Platinum. So Priority Pass on the 2 cards is equal. It used to be that the Sapphire Reserve's Priority Pass was better, and I would recommend using that one when you're bringing a guest in. Now it's equal, and the Amex Platinum has access to so many more airport lounges, like the Centurion Lounge, which is just great, and there's new ones opening at JFK and LAX. So in the past, I would recommend, carry the Priority Pass card from the Sapphire Reserve, and then the Amex Platinum will get you into Centurion Lounges, Delta Sky Clubs, etc. Now it doesn't really matter which Priority Pass card you carry, whether it's the Sapphire Reserve one or the Amex Platinum one. The benefits on Priority Pass are basically the same. Okay, now let's look at some point earning and which card you should use for what. Now, there may be other reasons why to use a certain card for something, like the type of extended warranty or purchase protection or whatever it gives you, but first we'll just look purely from point earnings. So the Chase Sapphire Reserve earns 3 points on travel and dining, so you should basically use the Sapphire Reserve for all non-air travel, okay, so trains, Ubers, buses, etc., and also all dining in restaurants, okay? That's what I recommend. Use the Sapphire Reserve for basically everything in those categories, but there are a few exceptions. We'll get to those in a second. And then with the Amex Platinum, it earns 5 points per dollar on air tickets booked directly with airlines or through Amex Travel, and on hotels booked through Amex Travel. So it's a no-brainer. You should definitely use the Amex Platinum whenever you're purchasing air tickets. And I use this for some of my recent flights, and when you're charging a few thousand to it, you really see those points racking up at that 5x ratio. Now let's talk about the exceptions. So if you need to use some air travel to pay $300 to get the reimbursement of the $300 travel credit on the Chase Sapphire Reserve, so that's principally if you live somewhere where you just drive your own car around and really never take trains or buses or whatever, then you might need to use an annual flight, vacation or whatever to offset some of that travel credit to get the reimbursement, so you might want to think about that. I recommend using Chase Sapphire Reserve for Uber, but with the exception of the first $15 you spend each month and $35 in December, because that's the $200 Uber credit that you get from the Amex Platinum. So do remember, if it's the first Uber ride you've taken in a month, use Amex Platinum for it, because you get that reimbursement. And after that, I would switch your payment method over to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, because you're getting 3x on that. Uber has a function where you can change the payment method, and you can have multiple payment methods inputted into the app. See, the last thing I want to talk about is that for shopping, the Amex Platinum does have its strengths. And by shopping, I mean just buying like clothes or sort of luxury items, that kind of stuff, okay? Not because it earns more points anywhere, but because of a few things. So we have the $100 Saks Fifth Avenue credit that can be used to help offset that $550 annual fee. So you get 2 $50 credits every 6 months, and that just refunds you $50 of purchases at Saks Fifth Avenue. They also have a website. You can use it online as well if you don't live near a Saks Fifth Avenue store. So I would definitely recommend, if you want to buy something, see if Saks has it or a similar item, and you get that, and you get reimbursed $50 every 6 months. In addition, there's also Amex Deals. Now, this is great, and you can really save a lot of money by browsing the deals on the Amex backend on the website and adding them to your card. And I've just got a few examples right here, so we'll put that up on screen. Now, they range from just earning extra points. So have a look at this one. Spend $250 at Hilton and earn 5,000 points. Okay, that's not that much different to Chase. Chase also has a sort of mileage mall where you can go through their links and you earn extra bonus points at certain stores. Okay, so it's good. Both Chase and Amex kind of have that. But let's have a look at some more of the Amex deals, the ones that give you discounts. So Ray-Ban. Here we go. Spend $150, get $30 back. HelloFresh, which is the company that delivers food to your house, recipes that you can make. I've used them several times. They're really good. I've always used them with either Amex Deals or some other kind of deal. If you see my Instagram, I'm often posting photos of HelloFresh and also some of these other food companies. So it's spend $89 and get $30 back. You can use it up to twice. Oakley sunglasses, spend $100, get $20 back. That's a 20% discount. Crayola, and we used this deal recently to buy some like crayons and stuff for our kid's birthday. Spend $30 and get 10% back. So that's a 33% discount, a third off. So that's pretty good. And Amex has a lot of these deals, and they change from time to time. New ones will come, you have to add them to your card, and there are some really good ones. And we use this a lot, and we have saved a lot of money through these Amex deals, actually. Boxed also is one. There's a wholesaler that delivers to your house, kind of like Costco, but delivery. They periodically have deals for Boxed. We've saved a lot of money for this. In addition, with Amex, you get Shop Runner membership, which gives you free shipping on items from over 140 stores. So Amex Platinum, I would definitely recommend it for shopping, for items such as clothes, luxury items, just because of these deals and the Shop Runner membership and all that kind of stuff. Okay, now let's look at purchase protection. What purchase protection is, it covers you for loss or damage of items. And both cards have the same level, up to $10,000 per item, up to $50,000 per year. But the Amex Platinum is only for 90 days, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve is for 120 days after you've made the purchase. So the Sapphire Reserve kind of wins on that. So if you are, buying an expensive item, if there's no Amex deal for it, you might want to think about putting it on the Chase card so you get that extended purchase protection period. On return protection, also, this is when a merchant won't accept a return and you go to the credit card to get reimbursement. They both provide a similar level of return protection. It's up to $1,000 per year, but the CSR, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, gives you $500 limit per item, whereas the Amex Platinum gives you a $300 limit per item. So that's another reason when you're buying something, you might just want to think about, yeah, you know what, maybe if I feel that I need the kind of insurance and return protection on this, I might want to go with a CSR on this particular item. Now let's look at roadside assistance, and there are a couple of situations where you would want to choose one over the other. So both roadside assistance policies can be used up to 4 times per year. The Amex Platinum is free when you use it, and you are covered on your driveway, so if you break down at home, but it doesn't cover rental cars. Whereas the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're covered up to $50 per use, so if your fee for the towing or charging the battery or whatever is past $50, you have to pay the difference. So if it's $70, you'd have to pay $20. It does cover rental cars, and you are not covered on your home driveway. So you can see which one you'd want to use where. So the Amex Platinum, you would want to use for your own car, all right? And obviously if you broke down in your own driveway, you'd need to use it. And I have used it on my driveway, well, in a parking space on my road next to my house. It would count as my driveway, I assume. I've used the Amex Platinum in that situation. And then if you were renting a car, the Amex Platinum doesn't cover rentals, so you would want to use the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So that's just knowing which one to use where. The CSR is roadside assistance for rental cars, and the Amex Platinum is roadside assistance for your own car, even when you break down in your own driveway or have a flat battery in your own driveway, something like that. All right, guys, I know this isn't an exhausted list of all the benefits, but hopefully this can kind of show you how to maximize using both cards, the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Amex Platinum, which benefit from which card to use where and when. I know there are many, many more benefits, and also with the airline transfer thing, we could do a whole video talking about that, so actually maybe we will in the near future, but that gives you an idea. You've basically got those 4 airlines that you can transfer points over directly, and then if you transfer into SPG, you've got a load more, but it's a really effective way to transfer points over from 2 different cards and over to one airline, and then you can kind of double the amount of points that you're able to transfer to that one airline and book those higher awards like first class and whatever. So please leave your comments below about the Amex Platinum and Chase Sapphire Reserve. As always, please subscribe, give this video a like, and we will see you next time with more credit card tips and tricks. Bye bye.